Hey guys, it's Chase, and this is my 5 months on T video. I'm here to report on everything that has changed in the last month. I just passed my 5-month mark, I guess 5 days ago, and I'm feeling really great. Physical changes, I'm going to just touch on those briefly. Voice, I think it's still getting lower, which is great. I am definitely getting more hair on my body. My legs are quite hairy. I'm getting significantly, in my opinion, in my sort of comparison, significantly more acne on my face, and it's a little bit on my chest. It's not awful. I think that has to do with the hair that's growing in, because I am getting some hair growth. I'm shaving like once or twice a week now. Mostly just because it annoys me. Like, I would love to grow a beard. That'd be awesome. But given sort of my family and what I see as far as hair growth, I'm not expecting necessarily to be able to grow a beard. In the interim, though, I'm not gonna just have this like scraggly hair or whatever. That's just not my style. So I'm keeping it trimmed. My skin used to be really soft and smooth. It does not feel like that anymore to me. My skin just feels sort of bumpier. Went and got my hair cut this week. The guy that cuts my hair was like, yeah, I definitely think we're seeing some changes there. So I think my hairline's changing a little bit. I don't think it's necessarily like, whoa, major balding alert. I feel really good, and I love sort of the experience of my voice changing. That's probably the most telling thing. South Carolina Equality made this little video and filmed different people. And I had this little tiny piece in there. And the way the video was edited together, it you could hear my voice before you saw my face. And I was watching the video, and I heard the voice. I did not recognize it as my own. And my brain said, that's a guy. And then my face popped up on the screen. That was really cool, actually, because you don't get to hear your voice all that often. I hear it on these videos, but this was sort of an unexpected thing. I knew it was going to be in the video somewhere, and so I was sort of waiting for it and expecting it, but then when I heard it, I didn't even recognize it. So I went up to visit my family. I think I told you all that in the last video, that I was going to go up to Chicago for Mother's Day weekend and see my family. I was a little nervous about that, and the trip was great. It was just really, really good. Probably, as far as related to my transition, the most notable sort of experience was that my dad referred to me as he for the first time. I had just gotten into town, and I went to, my parents were staying in this apartment, and I went to visit them, and my mom was taking a nap at the time. I think I've talked about in the past. My mom is chronically ill, has Parkinson's, actually, fairly advanced. So her health isn't great. And so when I got there, she was taking a nap, and my dad was out in the living room, and he and I talked a little bit, and then he went back. He's like, I should wake your mom up. And so he went back in the bedroom and said, do you want to get up? Come out and see Chase. He's really looking forward to seeing you. And I'm sitting out in the living room, and I heard that. It was amazing. It was the first time he's ever referred to me as a he. And there are not words to describe how great that felt. So the only other thing I really wanted to talk about and give an update on is my chest and where I am after my surgery. I'm 3 months post-op top surgery with Dr. Garramone, and I've had a great experience. The healing process has gone really smoothly. I'm still a little tender in places, but generally just feel really good. And it just feels so natural and just comfortable. I just feel so comfortable in my body after getting that surgery. So one of the rules with after surgery, because of the scars, you really don't want to be in the sunshine, direct sunlight, for, they say, at least a year. And so I'm taking that seriously for sure. But I will say, so I went out on Memorial Day weekend. Some friends have a boat, and I went out with them on the boat. Had a shirt on the majority of the time, swim trunks, and at one point we got to the spot and we put anchor out, and we were just going to hop in the water and swim a little bit. And I brought an extra shirt thinking, oh, maybe I'll jump in the water with the shirt on or whatever. And just in that moment, I just thought, I want to take my shirt off. And these friends that I'm with are some of my best friends, and I feel 100% comfortable around them in this way, and felt like it was a safe place and it wasn't something that I had to worry about. So I took my shirt off and I got in the water for a little while. I wasn't out there very long, and I stayed pretty low in the water, so I felt okay about it. I didn't think I was really risking anything for just a very brief moment, because that one moment of actually being able to take my shirt off and jump in the water was incredible. I was so excited, a little bit nervous, and it was such a milestone moment that I also happened to forget that my cell phone was in my pocket of my swimming trunks. So I jumped in the water with my phone in my pocket, which quickly dampened the spirit of the moment where I had felt so amazing. About 5 seconds after hitting the water, I realized, oh shit, my phone is in my pocket. That kind of speaks to the incredible sort of feeling I was having in that moment. I was so distracted by anything else that I completely forgot about the phone, which was kind of important to think about. That feeling of being able to take my shirt off and go out to the edge of that boat and jump in the water, to feel the water on my back and on my chest without any sort of barrier, to feel the sun on my back. It's another one of those moments, it's just like there are no words with just how freeing it felt. On that note, I thought I would share with you what my chest looks like. I'm not one who flaunts myself, and especially because these are going to be scars. You're going to see some pretty significant scars here, and it's going to be a little shocking. If you have an issue with scars, anything like that, giving you this fair warning, feel free to turn the video off now. If you're curious or interested in seeing either from a perspective of you've never met someone who's transgender, or you only have met people who are transgender but you've never seen anyone's top surgery results and you want to see, this is a great moment. If you also are curious because you may be interested in using Dr. Garramone and you want to see what his results look like on a person of my build and skin type, this is a great moment for that too. So I'm going to show you my chest. So my chest is very pale. No, that's not what I was going to say. So I had to reposition my video so you could actually see my chest when I recorded it, which was great planning on my part. My chest is here. Here you go. You can see it. You'll notice there's a scar that runs all the way across my chest. It's one long horizontal scar. And it goes from armpit to armpit, basically. And this is not 100% typical because of the amount of skin and tissue that had to be removed on me, aka my chest was big. They had to do one long scar that connected in the middle, versus a lot of guys will have two separate scars. So one that goes from here to about here, and then one that goes from here to about here. Mine are connected. You'll notice they are pretty red, and I think that's fairly normal just based on what I see with other guys. They are a little raised, but not too bad. I've been putting Scar Away, which is a product that Dr. Garramone recommends on each morning. And then I use shea butter in the evenings, and I do some scar massage. I really do feel like both of those things have helped. But just like any normal surgical scars, I'm expecting these to fade and sort of shrink over time. But it's going to take time. The other sort of notable thing here is you'll notice I do have some fairly significant stretch marks. On this side, more than this side, but they're over here too. And I really don't know why I have those. I've got a theory. I think it's probably related to maybe the amount of tissue and skin that was removed, and that when everything was put back together, that it was a bit tight, and could have been even caused by swelling, maybe. I don't know. It's not ideal, but again, those are some things that will fade along with the scars. So not the end of the world. It's like all of the feelings of having a flat chest trump any of these little negative things, like, oh, my scars are a little dark, or oh, the line goes all the way across my chest, or oh, I have stretch marks there. All that stuff over time, I just have to be patient. It's going to go away. The other thing about the surgery, if you're not familiar with the surgery, what they do is they do make this incision. They go in, they take out all of your mammary glands and mammary tissue, and they do remove a fair amount of skin, and put you back together. Another piece of that is they remove your nipple, and including your areola, and they just remove that completely, and then they resize the areola to appear more like a masculine areola, and they put those back on. And so I also have scars around each of my nipples, and I don't have 100% feeling there yet. I still have some numbness around this part of my incision. Still feel a bit numb right around the incision. A little bit of numbness on the nipples as well. But again, over time, hoping that all that will come back. But in general, I feel really great about the results. And as much as the physical changes are important, there's an emotional sort of mental change that has happened that feels amazing, and that is worth the cost of having the surgery in and of itself. I can't believe I just showed my chest on a video on YouTube. That seems so scandalous. So anyway, that's about all I have for now. I really appreciate you watching these videos. I know I'm not as consistent with them as maybe I was in the beginning. I have a whole list of videos in my head that I want to make, and I just haven't gotten around to making them. But I will do that in time. I will make more videos and talk about some of the different themes and topics that I've become aware of and thought about as I've continued in this transition. But I really appreciate you watching and joining me in this journey. Feel free to share the video with your friends, like it, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks.